Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the new Omoni Oboli movie titled Love Edited. Um, Shout out to Omoni Oboli. Honestly, I feel like she's one of those Nollywood stars that gives us quality films, Her films are very, very good. I feel like she picks the best stories and she portrays it very well with the best actors. She just has a really solid team behind her. So I'm really happy for whatever she gives us. She always gives us really good quality stuff. So this movie um seems to touch on a very real and painful truth that women experience, the pressure to become a certain kind of woman in order to be chosen for marriage. And my honest review is that the story is less about romance and more about identity.
I had changed. I had bent. I had shrunk. And still,
Titi,
I wasn't enough.
Titi.
Women are definitely pressured a lot by society, by just everything around us is just pressure, biological clock, culture, all those things. But men do face their own level of pressure, and we're going to touch on that a little bit later. But as of right now, let's talk about women. So too often society teaches women that love is conditional. You must be softer, quieter, slimmer, less ambitious, more domestic, more quote unquote wife material, less outspoken, more agreeable. So many women begin editing themselves like a resume for marriage. They stop asking, "Who am I?" and they start asking, "What do men want?" This is where many women lose themselves. The fun woman who once laughed loudly, danced freely, and spoke boldly suddenly becomes reserved because she is told good wives are calm and modest. The naturally quiet, introverted woman forces herself to be outgoing, flirtatious, and entertaining because she fears being called boring or uninteresting. Honestly, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Both women are performing, and performance is exhausting. What I appreciate about stories like this is that they expose how marriage can become a marketplace where authenticity is traded for acceptance and women shrink into boxes made by culture, religion, family pressure, and male expectations. They become smaller so they can fit somewhere they were never meant to squeeze into. But the tragedy is this: when someone falls in love with a version of you that was manufactured, they never truly meet the real you. A woman should not have to dim her personality to be respectable. She should not have to fake confidence to be desirable. She should not have to choose between being loved and being herself. The strongest message this kind of film gives is that the right relationship does not require self erasure. Real love makes room for your full personality, your laughter, your dreams, your flaws, your softness, your loudness, your ambition, your quietness, your boldness, and your truth. Marriage should be an addition to your identity, not the burial of it. So, overall, I'd say the movie highlights an issue many women silently live through: becoming someone else to be chosen, then waking up one day wondering where the original woman went. The male version of this same identity crisis, it deserves just as much honesty. Many men are taught that being a genuinely good man is not enough. They hear phrases like, "Nice guys finish last," "Women love bad boys," "Don't text too much," "Act uninterested," "Make her chase you," or "Never show emotions." Over time, the same kind hearted men begin to believe that love requires becoming colder, harder, and less sincere. So the naturally loving man starts pretending not to care. The attentive man begins delaying replies to seem valuable. The emotionally open man becomes guarded because vulnerability is mocked. The respectful man starts copying arrogance because confidence is confused with disrespect. Just like many women are told to shrink themselves, men are told to harden themselves, and the performance is exhausting. A good man who once enjoyed giving affection now withholds it strategically. He starts seeing connection as a game instead of something genuine. He may become distant, inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, not because it is his nature, but because society convinced him that authenticity is unattractive. But the truth is more nuanced than the internet slogans. Some people may be drawn to mystery, confidence, independence, or emotionally challenged people, but that is not the same as wanting cruelty, neglect, or dishonest. Confidence is attractive, self respect is attractive, purpose is attractive. Being abusive or uninterested is not. And many good women are not searching for a bad boy. They want a man who is emotionally secure and kind and honest and consistent, protective, affectionate, and capable of love. They want attention that feels sincere, not manipulation that feels strategic. The real problem is that some men confuse being good with being passive, needy, or lacking boundaries. Being kind does not mean having no standards. Being loving does not mean begging for crumbs. Being respectful does not mean tolerating disrespect. A strong man can be warm and confident, kind and selective, loving and self respecting, attentive and independent. This is different from the caricature of a nice guy who expects rewards for basic decency. The saddest outcome is when a naturally decent man transforms himself into someone cynical just to feel desired. He wins attention but loses himself. Real love does not require a man to become toxic or to be rude. The right woman will not punish kindness, she will value character, consistency, and emotional safety. You just have to find the right woman. And also, don't give up on love just because you had a situation with a wrong woman that did not appreciate your kindness and your love doesn't mean you should go around treating all women like they are the evil creatures of this world. So, yes, just as women are pressured to become smaller versions of themselves, men are often pressured to become harsher versions of themselves. Both are tragedies. The healthiest relationships happen when neither persons perform a role, when the good man stays good but grows confident, when the good woman stays good but keeps standards. This is where genuine love begins and thrives. Thank you for listening to my review of this movie. Until next time, have a lovely day. Goodbye.